Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping back by. I am Tia, and as you all know, if you've been here already, I am doing Vlog a Day in May. So today is the 18th, which means this is the 18th vlog. I'm actually filming this technically on May 18th at 2:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Reason why I'm up is, well, there are a couple of reasons. The main reason is because I took a nap earlier today, which sounds really extravagant, but it wasn't. I was exhausted and needed the sleep, and so I took a nap, and that always sets me up for being up later. It's not such a big deal because I do work, I start work rather late, but yeah, I was exhausted after doing a few things earlier today, so I needed a nap and I took a nap. The next reason why I'm up is because I have tutoring students. I've mentioned that I tutored before in a couple of videos. Well, I have a tutoring student who is in Germany right now, and because of the time difference, he had some other things on his schedule today and wanted to do a morning session, which would work out to 1 a.m. my time. And since I knew I was going to be up, because I'm normally up until about 1:30 or so, I went ahead and worked with him on his English. So I was already going to be up for that. So it didn't seem like such a big deal to take a nap earlier, which is what I did. Now, I am going to make this a Writer's Wednesday because, well, that's what I like to do on Wednesdays on my blog. I've given blogging a rest for this month because, of course, I'm vlogging right now. But when I go back to blogging regularly, I will be doing Writers Wednesdays over there as usual. Over here, my Wednesdays can be related to writing or anything else, but my Fridays on both spaces, both the blog and this YouTube channel, are always devoted to fibromyalgia, which you all know. Anyway, I was thinking about my writing and how um, I really hadn't been working too hard on anything. I mentioned something a few weeks ago about my writing plans, and while they are still my plans and that hasn't changed, I have to figure out a way to get my love of writing back, because I still love it. Like, it hasn't gone anywhere, but I've lost some of my spark for that, and it occurred to me I needed to tap back into what I want. I have a book here, and I mentioned it in a previous video, maybe 2 previous videos, but I have a book here, and when I read the back of it, I was like, "Ah, that's what's been missing from my writing practice." So the book is Write It Down, Make It Happen by Dr. Henriette Ann Clouser. And on the back of the book, it says simply, if you know what you want, you can have it. Well, the problem with me has been I don't really know what I want. I have a very general idea of what I want for my writing, and I'll have specific goals, but they don't really feed into a larger goal that is pulling me forward. So for me, the biggest part of up leveling my writing is going to be finding a North Star. What is the goal of all of this? Part of it is, yes, I like to share a message with people, but beyond that, what else is pulling me? That's compelling enough, but I could do that with anything. It doesn't have to be with writing. I could share a message with people by vlogging, like I do, or by blogging, which is writing, but short form writing, or by, talking to people face to face and being more social, which isn't really my thing. But, there are many ways to impact people. The question is, how am I going to do it if I do it through my writing goals? So I'm rereading this. I'm starting tonight. Yes, before I go to bed, I'm taking this with me. I have it in digital format too because I love it that well. I have to figure out what am I doing here? Because right now, as it stands, I don't have a very clear North Star for my writing, and I need to do that. I've had those before at different points. My last North Star when it came to writing was simply publishing. I want to publish my first book. I want to publish. I want to publish. Well, I've published multiple books since then. So the question is, well, what's next? What's the next big goal that I'm working toward when it comes to writing? And it can't be those interim things like um, updating this book or that book. That's not big enough. I need something big that all of these little goals feed into. So I'm going back to Dr. Clauser's words and I'm going to figure out what it is that I actually want and then set my goals up to feed into that. So yeah, that's how I'm working on getting unstuck because I do feel a little stuck, even though the ideas are there, the books are there, and the interest is there. I still don't feel like I'm being pulled in any way. And I really prefer to work under that pull, that draw toward a bigger goal. Because when I work under that, I find myself making so much more progress than when I just kind of do the little things, hit the little goals, and just kind of see how those fall together. No, I need a big goal to work toward. I need something on the horizon that I'm moving toward because I have no problem doing the goals, but if they don't seem like they're feeding into something much grander, then it's hard to get excited about them. I remember reading a book years ago, and the author of the book said, you want a goal that gets you out of bed. And my current goals don't. I love my books and I love writing, but it's not enough on its own to get me out of bed. I need a goal that will have me like, yep, let me get up. And it's got to be something that doesn't feel too far fetched because if it's too far fetched, I won't bother. That doesn't mean that the far fetched goal can't exist. It just can't be the one that I'm working toward right now. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm also on the side note, I'm also taking a class on Coursera in gamification, which I've taken before, but I really wanted to retake for the purposes of refreshing my memory with that. And it's been really good. And I'm looking forward to continuing on that path because I see those principles helping me with my own little side businesses. So, I've got things going on, but for sure for my writing, I have to get back to basics and find another big goal to work towards so that I'll have something that is pulling me in the direction of what I really want. And I can't go in that direction unless I know what I really want. And what I really want isn't just to publish or to make a certain amount of money, it's something deeper, which I have to take some time to uncover. And I'll be rereading my book to figure out how to tap into what I want. Because if I'm not mistaken, since we're doing this, I'm doing this as a live that won't be published till tomorrow. I can kind of chat it up a little bit, or actually, not even tomorrow, later today, since it's after 12 a.m. Um, Here we go. So, like, yeah, the second chapter is knowing what you want. Chapter three is gathering ideas. And then a little later, it gets getting unstuck, is chapter six. So, this is a book I regularly recommend to people, especially creatives who are trying to um, tap into their future selves through the power of writing or trying to resolve issues through writing. Now, if you recall, on Friday, I said that I was going to be hopefully starting physical therapy. They haven't called me yet either. I'll give them like maybe 2 more days to call, and then I'll follow up with my doctor's office to reach out to them. But um, I need to go to physical therapy for my wrist because I have a lot of pain when writing. And that has been probably the biggest factor why I haven't had any huge goals in a few years. I use the writing to resolution, chapter six ideas. That's how I problem solve. That's how I tapped into what I really wanted. I'd write through the junk until I got to the core of it. Well, since I haven't been writing, I haven't been getting to the core of my goals or my ideas. And I'm saying it out loud and I realize, yeah, it didn't occur to me until I did this video basically that was the problem. I'd been kind of in limbo. Of course, I had bigger things going on with straightening out my health and figuring out my new lifestyle because of my health. But yeah, I just realized I hadn't had any really big goals since I was diagnosed with fibro, other than to no longer deal with fibro. That was my biggest goal. And now that my symptoms are somewhat more under control than they were, I am struggling to figure out, well, what are my goals now? Because I finally have a little more interest and energy into working toward the other stuff. And I've certainly done things since my diagnosis, but that does not mean that I have been working toward big goals that pull me, because I haven't had any really big goals in years. And even if I go back to those sheets or those old journals that have my goals from previous years, I've accomplished some of those and some of them don't resonate anymore. So I need a fresh list, and I haven't been able to write through to resolution or to get unstuck by writing until I hit flow. I haven't been able to do that by hand. Now, is it possible to key that into a Word document? Sure. It is not the same, I can assure you. 4 years into this process, there's nothing like pen and paper for me. And because of that, I've not been able to tap into the big goals. I've been able to tap into some things, but the big goals have been a little elusive. So I've been just kind of coasting, and I miss having big goals. So I need to start writing again, but part of that is going to be me doing physical therapy so that I can regain some of the strength and endurance in my hand and wrist so that I can write like I used to, at least a few pages at a time. Because right now, a page and a half is about the maximum I can do before I'm in a lot of pain. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Right now, I'm just kind of coasting a bit, and I'm tired of coasting. Coasting is great when you're recovering. You want things to just kind of coast, but I'm beyond recovery. I need to um, move into the next phase. I need to progress more. And yes, technically, I'm still recovering. Technically, I'm still, you know, managing health. But as far as um, having the energy to do this process, I have the more of the energy back than I used to have. I'm slowly restoring my energy for my other goals. And so it's time to redo my list of goals and just kind of think of in every area what I want, and to get specific about it and start making my plans toward it so I can have it. So that's it, you guys. I hope you all are doing great. I hope that I can get some more filming done probably later today because I slept through the filming time earlier. That nap I took, that very extravagant nap, I was supposed to be filming during that time. It didn't happen, but here we are now. I'm about to go to bed in a few minutes, but I will do some extra filming later today, Wednesday, for Thursday and Friday. And I'm thinking about doing like a day of my meals. I was looking at analytics. This is not related to the writing either, but since it's on live, I figure why not? This doesn't have the same space restrictions that my phone does, which is where I normally film. So I was looking at my analytics on Google, not Google, I might be tired, YouTube Studio. And when I looked, I saw that my video about my plant-based breakfast was really popular, which is surprising. I wasn't expecting to get so many views on that video. So maybe I'll do some more plant-based stuff because I do eat that way most of the time. A good portion of my day is plant-based. And maybe I'll do like a day in my diet, which it's I aspire to being healthy most of the time, but it's kind of hit or miss some days depending on my schedule. So yeah, I'll try to do a day of that. And what else? I still have to make the video showing you all how I make Burberry spice, which I use in a lot of dishes. So I have some things to do this week. And of course, Friday's coming, so Fibro Friday. And I've been working on clearing out the vines, those grape leaves. I've been using them in smoothies and washing and freezing them. And so I have cleared some space on the side of the house, but there's still more to do with that. So it's a project. It's always a project going on. But yeah, back to the goals for my writing specifically. I need some good goals, some good new goals. And that's what I'm going to work on. And I'm going to use my book to help guide me in thinking of those goals. And I'm going to try to see maybe for my writing, maybe I can write like 5 minutes and then stop and maybe do that once an hour for a few hours. And maybe that'll bring me closer. But I just hate picking up and starting or start and stop with my writing. I kind of hate that. I like to just write, write, write until I can't anymore, until I've fully released the emotion, and I can't do that anymore. And I haven't had a good goal since. So it's time. It's time. But we'll see how it goes, you guys. Okay, it's 16 minutes. I've kept you all long enough. Hope you all have a great day or evening wherever you are, and I will talk to you all on the 19th, which will be tomorrow. Take care.